Hello and welcome to my ultimate book haul. I've never hauled this many books. I have 75 books. But I have not been book shopping in almost 2 years. I have received books as gifts for like Christmas and stuff, but I have not gone to a store and picked out books since before I was pregnant. So I did not hold back. All of these books are either thrifted, gifts, or free. Now, I could divide these books up by genre, that might make sense, but I want to divide them up by where I bought them. That's just what I want to do. I recently did a girls' trip. My daughter and my mom, we went to Austin to see my brother and my sister-in-law, my nephew, and then we went to Houston to see my sister. So I did book shopping in both Austin and Houston. In Austin, I went to Book People, that store. I love that store. These bookmarks are bothering me. That bookstore is amazing. And I went thinking I'm not going to buy anything because I knew we were going to go to Houston and book shop there. But I had to. The last time that I went to Book People, I got my first Brandon Sanderson. And it's such a special book to me. So I wanted to pick up another Brandon Sanderson that I am so excited to read. I got Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson in the mass market paperback. I feel like I've spoken about it so many times, but I'm so afraid of mass markets not being published anymore, and I feel like it's going to happen. But I did ask one of the employees about their Brandon Sandersons, and they were probably if people don't start buying more of them. But hopefully people still buy the Brandon Sanderson books in mass market paperback because they're so good. So I got Warbreaker at Book People. That was my first purchase. Say we do half price next. If you have a half price near you, just know you are so lucky. Because I can't believe that people can just go to half price. That people live near them. I've never lived near a half price, and where I currently live, there are no bookstores. So when I went to half price and I saw all the books, I thought, this is the most amazing thing. I love half price. I took 3 bags of books to trade, and then I took that money and just bought more books there because I had a lot of books that I was looking for at half price, specifically classics. This is a TBR shelf for fantasy, and I feel like I have a lot of fantasy. But what I don't have are classics. I have one physical classic that I have not read. So I wanted to stock up on a bunch of classics. And I know buying classics used is it's very easy to find classics secondhand, and there's so many editions. I wanted mass market paperback, and I could not believe it. I was first walking around the store and just the normal size books, and then my sister brought me over to the mass markets, and I was oh, this is my section. That's where I remained. So there's so many. Okay, well, let's actually start off with fantasy. I purchased The Eye of the World, which I have already read, and I have 2 editions of, but I don't have the mass market paperback. So, and just look at this. And then I got book 2 and book 3 because I'm going to continue the series, and I want them to match. And these are so beautiful. Look at these editions. I was so shocked to find these there, but apparently at half price, it's kind of common to find these editions. But I was oh my God. So I picked up these 3, and they're $4.99. What a steal. I got 2 Neil Gaimans. Actually, I think my sister might have purchased these for me. She purchased, I'm pretty sure she got this one for me, Nevermore, which I almost bought at another girls trip years ago with her, and I don't know why I didn't. And it was this edition, which is so beautiful. And then she also got The Ocean at the End of the Lane. She hasn't read this one, and she's read this one and liked it. She hasn't read this one, so this one we could read together. But I got 2 Neil Gaimans in perfect condition. This one, the spines have not been broken on these. This series I don't know much about, but I did not expect to find this in mass market paperback, and I actually think my sister found these, and she was one of us has to buy these because she kind of felt one of us needed to have these editions, and she already has the first one, so she was you need to get these. And I think they've actually changed the cover of the first one, but I got the Lies of Locke Lamora. And then book 2 and book 3, I think this is book 2, The Republic of Thieves. And then I think this is book 3, Red Seas Under Red Skies. I know that this is like a super popular high fantasy series. George R.R. Martin blurbed it on the back. Like, I know this is like really popular, and either they changed the cover or they are going to. And my sister warned me about that. She was like, if you want the old cover, you need to buy it before it's changed. And I don't know if they already did that or not. But these are in super good condition, beautiful covers, and I feel hopeful that I'm going to really like this. This is not a series that I plan to get to anytime soon, but I to find all 3 in mass market, I was excited about that. Even though I don't know what they're about, my sister and we're going to read them. I have already read these, but I could not pass these up. I got The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson and The Hero of Ages because I have book 1, Mistborn, in mass market, and it's my favorite edition. I'm looking at them. I have the UK editions, like the really pretty white ones, but they're not nearly as satisfying to read from as the mass markets. I love how these feel and how they kind of my first one is so beat up because I've read it twice and like some of the pages are falling out, but I love how mass markets feel. So I've almost purchased these new just so I could have all 3 in the same edition in the same size, especially if they're not going to sell them anymore. So, and I love The Well of Ascension. So I'm so happy that I now have all 3 and that they can stay together. I love mass markets, if you can't tell. The rest of these are classics. I'm so excited about these. I got Ender's Game in mass market paperback. These are all mass market, so I'll just stop saying it. My sister was like, you have to read this. And I know it's good, and I feel like I watched the movie a long time ago, but I've been told that the book is better, obviously. I got The Turn of the Screw and Other Stories by Henry James. I think it's James, it's covered up. Oh yeah, Henry James. There's also Daisy Miller, which I almost bought separate, so it's cool that there are multiple stories in this. I got The Death of Ivan Lynch by Leo Tolstoy. I've almost bought this a few times from eBay, and this is cheaper than I would have gotten it off eBay. And then Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm so excited about these. These are going to be read this fall. I'm so excited to finally have those. Not gonna lie, this edition is not my favorite, and I would consider repurchasing this book. But I got Oscar Wilde, The Picture of Dorian Gray, which is a part of my, I'm reading this fall as well. It's a part of my goal, but I will admit I don't love this cover, but I do like that it's mass market. So I want to read it from mass market, but if I do love it, then I think I want to buy the Penguin edition to have a nicer edition. And I really think I'm going to love this. My brother-in-law, this is I think one of his favorite books, and I think we have super similar tastes. I trust his opinion, and I was like, oh, I think I'm going to love it then. And I've wanted to read this for a long time and finally have it. I got Dracula. I've already read Dracula, and I have the signature classic, but I love these Barnes & Noble editions. These editions they don't sell anymore. This was never read. The spine is not broken. I want Frankenstein in this edition too, but Dracula I think might be my favorite edition, my favorite in these editions. It's so nice, and how I feel about purchasing multiple classics is that it's totally fine to get multiple editions of classics, but what I like to do is if I reread a classic, then I feel like I can get another edition. So I need to reread Dracula because now I have 2, and I'm totally gonna reread it. I got Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I'm a little disappointed because I read, it's right up here, The Wife Upstairs, which is a retelling of this book. So I feel like it is now spoiled for me. The main thing that happens in that book, if we didn't know that and it was going to be a surprise in Jane Eyre, then it is totally spoiled for me. So I'm very upset about that, but I'm really hoping I prefer Jane Eyre because I did not like that book. And I'm hoping it has all of the spooky vibes or just gothic vibes. I do like this edition. I have read from another Bronte, her sister, and Wuthering Heights, and I did not like it, but I do want to read Jane Eyre. I want to try it, so I got that. I got Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. I was really excited to find this because I have again almost purchased this a few times, but I just didn't know which edition I wanted, and when I saw it in mass market, I was like, oh, that's what I would want to read from. So this is the Signet Classic, and I like it. It's not my favorite cover. I think that the Penguin edition is the prettiest, but I know I will enjoy reading from this edition. I'm so excited about these next ones. Like I really think I'm going to love this author. I got Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea, the For Whom the Bell Tolls, and then A Farewell to Arms. These editions are so cool. Like I love how his name looks. That's my favorite part of these. And I love these look like these were well loved. I think that like the art on right here is not necessarily like my favorite, but just the font, the size, everything else I really love. And this is the edition that I've seen online that I wanted of The Old Man of the Sea. A Farewell to Arms, I do like the newer edition that you can like find in Barnes & Noble. I've thought if I do really love this that I might get that. And then they did not have The Sun Also Rises, which I want, but I'm going to try his writing out in one of these first before I purchase another Hemingway. But I just really think I'm going to love his writing. And these are just going to look so nice all stacked together. And then the last book that I purchased, which is a normal size, is John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath. This is like the older modern classic Blue Spines, which I love. I love the Blue Spine classics. And my mother-in-law said that she read this and really liked it. I have tried a John Steinbeck. I tried Of Mice and Men and didn't like it, but I think it was the narrator. I don't know. I couldn't pay attention during that book, but I want to read this. I hope I like it more, and I just need to not. Man, this is so floppy too. I need to have like my normal Speechify voice for the audio instead of the like YouTube video that I found for that book, because the narrator really took me out of the story. All right, let's move on to gifts. I think I need to speed up a little bit, but I'm going to talk about the books that were given to me by my sister, my brother-in-law, and my mom. The first one is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. My sister has the UK edition and she had the mass market, so she told me to take it because I told her I was going to buy it, and I'm so excited. I know that this is his earlier work, and I can't wait to read more Brandon Sanderson. Like, I feel like I'm like craving his writing. The rest of these I feel like I don't really know much about, but she gave me Rosarita. I think this is about like an artist. But look at that cover, so pretty. Parabolis. My brother-in-law gave this to me. It was like an indie author got this published. I don't know what this is about. I know he like told me and I don't remember. But he thought it was like, it's like really cool. It has like mixed media. It looks like Dale has to protect his family. He's the captain of his own submarine. I am not exactly sure if this is fantasy, sci-fi, or I'm not really sure, but it's really cool. And I'm down to try like a cool indie book. My sister gave me Taylor Jenkins Reid, Carrie Soto is Back. I've read this, loved it. This is one of my favorite books I've read so far this year, and I'm glad I have it because I was going to buy an edition because I want to own it. My brother-in-law gave me all of these really cool mass market sci-fi books. I'm so excited about these. I'll just show like the covers. These are like really old. These are like really old sci-fi like short stories. This one, I'm really excited about this one, The Purple Cloud. I'm excited about this one too because I've read from this author before. I brought it out, Breed to Come by this author, and really liked this, so I'm excited to have another book from this author, and the cover is so cool. I love these like really retro covers. I'll show the rest of them. I'm so happy to have these like spooky little short stories. Like these will just be so fun to like read in a day. I just noticed on the back of these, they're John Wyndham. I didn't notice that before. I really like that author. These are like other short stories. Oh man, I want those too. From Ray Bradbury, John Wyndham. Oh, like the ad for these ones I want as well. And I just love how they're so colorful, and I'm so excited. Look at all these mass markets. I'm so lucky. My sister gave me the Cthulhu stories. I think this is like how Lovecraft came up with Cthulhu, I think. Or it's like a continuation of Cthulhu. I'm a little bit confused, but it looks like it might be short stories. Yeah, this looks like it's a collection of short stories, but from Robert Howard, who was Lovecraft's friend. I'm a little bit confused, but I'll take more Cthulhu. I really loved the short stories by H.P. Lovecraft, so I have this. I don't know anything about this book, but my sister gave me this fantasy, Never Die. I think this would be a fun one to read with my daughter eventually. The First Cat in Space Ate Pizza. This is from my sister. It's like a graphic novel. This is from my brother-in-law, The Bane of Yoto. This is sci-fi. This looks crazy, and I think this looks cool. I don't know what this is about, but I think it's cool. I acquired a lot more sci-fi, which is needed. I need more sci-fi. My sister gave me Martha Wells' All Systems Red and Artificial Conditions. The first, I think these are the first two. I tried the show and did not like the show. I don't even know if I finished the first episode. I just did not like it. And she said, no, you have to read the books. And I love these like super thin hardcovers. So I have these. Yeah, so I'm excited to try them. The Mountain in the Sea. She read this and liked it, so she wanted to pass it on to me. I love the cover. This looks really cool. This kind of looks like Cthulhu, now that I think about it. And a very big fantasy book by Tad Williams, The Dragonbone Chair. I told my sister, are you sure you want to get rid of this? Because she mentions this book so often. Every time I'm with her, she like talks about this book. So I told her, I was like, okay, give it to me. And if you change your mind, you can have it back. Like, I'll read it and then we can share it, because I don't want her to get rid of it and then wish that like this humongous fantasy that she kept it. So this is like ours. And it has, it says, inspired me to write my own 7-book trilogy. It's one of my favorite fantasy series by George R.R. Martin. I know this is not an easy book, but she really liked it. And it also has a really good blurb from Patrick Rothfuss, which I haven't read from, and then the author of Aragon, which I'm going to read. So I'm sure this is really good. And my sister's always singing its praises. So she also gave me Malibu Rises by Taylor Jenkins Reid, because I really wanted a copy of that. I don't know what this is about, but it's Icelandic. It says Vikings, volcanoes, murder. It's a contemporary Icelandic literature. I don't know. I'm curious to really know what this is about. Taylor Jenkins Reid, Daisy Jones and the Six. I haven't read this one, but I'm going to. And then I think this is the last one that was a gift. This is from my mom, Theo of Golden, which I'm going to get to very soon. She read this and it's like her favorite book she's ever read. So she wanted to buy a book for my sister and I. And she signed the inside because I was like, I want to remember when you got this for us. And, it was our first girls trip and you bought us each this book that she loved. So, and it's cool. This is a new release. I'm excited to get to it. Where is it? I just dropped books on the floor. The last 2 books that I paid for, which I think I paid $1 each. I got The Book Thief. We went to the Goodwill bins, which was very fun, and it's a cool experience. But I got The Book Thief, which I have never read. I saw the movie, really liked it, and it's one I would be curious to read. I think I would really like this, and I feel like someone has told me that they think I would really like that. And then I got this for my daughter. This is so cool. It's Tales of Magic. So it's old Disney. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited to read this to her. Oh, look at that. So yeah, was happy to pick this one up, because we have to add to her library too. Now, the rest of these books I got for free. Houston has a free bookstore. When my sister told me we're going to a free bookstore, I very much expected just boxes of books or piles of books on tables, and you go and rummage through them and a bunch of people are rummaging through these books. No, it is a legit bookstore. They separate things into genre. They have just bookcases filled with books, and I was shocked. For free. It felt so weird to pick out books and know that you're not paying for them. When we first went into the store, I went to just the fiction area and didn't find a whole lot, and I very much expected to maybe leave with a book. And then we went to the fantasy section and my sister was like, Jade, you have to take these. Look at what I got for free. I don't think these are in order, but I got Game of Thrones, The Clash of Kings, A Dance with Dragons, A Storm of Swords, and A Feast of Crowns. Look at these. These were never read. One of these is hardback. And I told her, I was like, but I don't know when I'm going to read these. She's like, Jade, no, she's like, they're free. You have to take them. And I'm really glad I did because look at these. They're beautiful. I don't know when I'm going to read Game of Thrones, but I got them for free. I also got the 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I've heard really good things about this. Tess Gerritsen Gravity. There's another book by this author that I think The Surgeon is what it's called. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but I was curious about this because I know this author. And I don't even know actually if this is like in a series, but I just picked it up. The Lost Bookshop by Heavy Woods. I'm very curious about this. I have like almost read this from Libby a few times. Like I've seen this book before and been curious about it. I love the cover, so I picked this up. Oh, and then I also got The Clash of Kings in Mass Market. Look at this beautiful one. I don't actually remember picking this one up, but beautiful. Now, what's so cool about this place is like, as you're there looking around, the gentlemen that work there are actively putting books on the shelves. So I saw him with a stack of YA books and I was like, you're gonna put those out like right now? I was kind of like watching him and I asked him, I was like, are they gonna go on the shelf? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, follow me, I'll take you to the section. And I was like, oh my God. I got Dance of Thieves, which I have, again, almost purchased from Barnes & Noble and eBay multiple times, by Mary Pearson. I have really high hopes for this series. I feel like this is like in the same vein, like the same, I feel like this could be my Cruel Prince antidote. I have really high hopes for it and I've almost read this for years and I got it for free. I picked up The Maze Runner. My sister convinced me to get this one. She's like, look, it's The Maze Runner book 1 and book 2, collector's edition. And I know that my brother read The Maze Runner and loved it. I never did, but I loved the movies and I thought, well, I'm sure I will love it. I don't know when I'll get to it, but again, free. I'm so excited about these. I got Once Upon a Broken Heart and A Curse so Dark and Lonely. I already know that I love the Caraval series. This is book 1 is this book 1? I think this is book 1. I think so. And I've known I was going to continue the series because I love Caraval. And then this I have also seen on like my recommended from Pinterest, so got these, and these were new. These were all, he was like taking these to the bookshelf and I followed him. I'm taking those. I got some like kids classics, which I could not believe. The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. Look at this, Mass Market. It's so cool. I wanted this book so bad. And then I got, look at these super cool old Chronicles of Narnia books, book 2, the Prince Caspian, and then the Silver Chair. I could not pass up on these super cool editions. I love Narnia. I have been kind of collecting the older editions from eBay whenever I like see one because I want to own all of them. This is going to be like a series that I read with my daughter because I just love the Chronicles of Narnia, and I already own these, but not these editions. These are so cool. I kind of felt bad about picking these up, but I couldn't leave them. I got the Cruel Prince trilogy, and I already own it. But hear me out. I was thinking, I have my Cruel Prince trilogy on display. I could display these on another part of the house, or I could, like, these could be my daughter's editions because she's going to read these. I could not leave them there. I felt so like, these are my books. And who knows, maybe by the time she's able to read these, they will have changed the covers and they will not look like this. So I took them. No one else will appreciate them like me. Just a few more. Then I went into the classics section. Oh my gosh. He was also putting these on the shelf. I got Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. Now, I don't know which edition I'll read from, but I was like, it's a Penguin Black Spine classic. I'm taking it. And this makes me want to buy more Penguin Black Spines. I'll have to see which one feels good or which font I like more, but I picked up this one. Plato's The Republic, which I went there looking for some philosophy books, and I'm so excited about this one. I also want Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, but it was like that and this one, and I couldn't believe I found this one. There's like a paper in here I saw. I want like a really old paper in here. It's a teacher's note, like a tardy absent. Look at how old this is. Some kid had to like turn this in. There's thunder outside. So I'm excited to read this and study. I also really like this edition. I like the red and black. I got The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. Excited about this. The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I don't know what this is about or if it's supposed to kind of be like, I really don't know, but I know I've seen this cover and we were starting to get ready to leave, so I just grabbed it. Edgar Allan Poe, A Gold Bug and Other Tales. I've never read any Edgar Allan Poe, but I want to, so I picked this up. To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm so happy it was in this edition. I almost bought the mass market paperback, and I'm glad I didn't because he put this on the shelf as I was like looking at the shelf. Oh man, yeah, there's thunder. And then, you're not going to believe these two. These are very old editions of East of Eden by John Steinbeck and Grapes of Wrath. These are from the 50s. Look at these. These probably could have sold on eBay for, I don't know, more than free. Look at these. I don't have any like almost like collectible classics. Like I don't have old classics like this. All of my classics, I have like a small collection in the living room. It's growing now, but none that are like hardcover and probably worth something. And I really hope I like these. I know that everyone is reading East of Eden right now with the show coming out, so I could not believe that I found this there. With the dust jacket from the 50s. Isn't that so cool? Look at these. When I was leaving that store, the gentleman there was so nice. Like I felt like I was robbing them. It was so weird to leave there and not pay. But he saw my face and my mom was like taking a picture of me like just smiling so big, and he was like that's the look we want on people's faces. They kept commenting on just like how excited I was, and I wanted to tell them like you don't understand, like I'm going to read all of these books. Like no one will appreciate these books more than me. And one of them, they were just the kindest men. He like boxed them up for me when I already told him like no, it's okay, like I'll just put them in bags. He's like no, it's better in boxes. And he carried them to my car, and he was like, honestly, he's like, you came at the perfect time. He's like, these books you got are really great. I was like, I know. He's like, this is awesome for you. I have 2 more books, but they're in packages, and I think I want to open them up for short form content, so I'm not going to open them here, I don't think. But this is my book haul. I feel so incredibly blessed. And it's like, it's such a treat from like not having shopped for books in almost 2 years to just like buy all the books I wanted or be like given so many books and finding books for free. So if you're in the Houston area and you like books, you need to go to this free bookstore. Like I cannot believe that exists. Books really are like treasures to me. Like I feel like a dragon, and these are like, this is my gold. And it's interesting, like with books, when I own a book that I know is so well loved, I like can't believe that I get to own it too. It's very cool that like I get to own this, me. That's insane. I really hope you enjoyed my book haul. I'm so happy. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what book you think I should read first, if you've read any of these, or if you don't know what else to comment, you can comment the book emoji. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.